we got some food afterwards.
So you didn't like how many of the chilies did you actually like? Let's say there was 20 chilies. What percentage did you like?
I mean, I would say I probably ate about 11 chilies.
Okay, like full
And how many of
spoonfuls,
those
or
did
did
you
you just
like?
pick out the meat? And
I just picked out the meat.
why didn't you eat the other ones? Why didn't you try the other ones? What was wrong with them?
Some of the other ones were just a little. I mean, even the chicken soup was. I don't know. Some of them were just not uh, uh, facially appetizing to me.
Did you use like chopsticks or something to get the meat? So you didn't have to have any
Spoon.
onion?
Spoon.
You should have had chopsticks.
Did you
That
ever,
would not
did
have
you
been
ever
good.
get a piece of onion by mistake? Like you thought it was meat, but it turns out it was a piece of onion.
I think it was a pretty safe day.
Yeah.
I think you secretly kind of like onion.
You know what?
Rest
I think
assured,
the deal
is
is.
a
I
lie.
think he likes the fact that sometimes he gets tortured by having to eat an onion once in a while. I think he
Ooh,
likes
sharp.
Yeah, very
I think
good.
you're right.
very sharp. You know, it's a very sharp thing.
Yeah.
You get one by mistake. You don't realize it's in the food.
And then this like
yeah.
tingly feeling it goes through your body.
Yeah, it's almost like disgust, but not quite because he's sexualized it for some reason. You know, and it's like.
I love it.
That's a whole other podcast molecule. Let's move on.
I think onions turned me on, so I'm with you. Finley.
Onions are pretty amazing. We get the frozen pizzas and we load it up with onions just in honor of you. And every time I stop and I go, well, fiddler, and I add a few more. I throw a few more on there. So,
We did actually do that this weekend.
yeah, we did. And then I grate some cheese to hold down the onions that I put on the pizza. And then, yeah.
You know, I mean, if you want to eat it as a topping, I mean, I get it. Like you're deliberately putting them on something. Great. You know, of course, nothing
onions.
bad with that. Yeah,
We go
just,
overboard.
like,
We go overboard with
start
onions.
sprinkling it in fucking red Italian sauce when it adds nothing. I
It
mean,
had
it's
everything.
absurd.
I love onions.
Onions are amazing. I have a friend who hates, in the same way, he cannot stand chicken. Like he has nothing to do with chicken.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he cannot eat it.
Yeah.
Can never no.
That's a weird
chicken.
one.
Yeah. So we were at a wedding one time, and he thought it was salmon, but it turned out to be chicken. And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be great!" Oh, it's chicken.
What happened?
He ate it, but he was not happy.
Chicken's the most innocuous, like tasteless thing, really. It can be like so versatile.
And that's why they serve it in fucking hospitals, because they just boil the shit out of it. There's no taste. They don't have any salt, and it gives you something. It always gives you protein.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hates
chickens.
it. He said he has a child now, and he has a wife and a child, so he's slowly started to kind of eat it again. He told me. This was years
It's like
ago.
all kids eat is chickens.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, exactly. So it's like he has to like adjust. And he, the kid loves those chicken strips. Every kid loves those chicken strips. Chicken fingers. So he's starting to eat it again. He's kind of coming around. His wife is like kind of leading the way. He's Chinese.
It's nice.
Which makes it.
He kind of, yeah.
So,
Life is.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, you go ahead.
No, I was going to change the subject back to the proposal.
Yeah, all right, let's go back. Yeah, let's head back to the proposal.
Yeah.
How did she react? Like, what was she when it was like when did she realize before or after you that things were turning into like finally the proposal was happening?
She would have definitely had a better viewpoint than me because I was sitting down. I couldn't see anything.
Did she cry? Did she put her hands to her face?
I did not see it. I did not see it.
You're the worst person to ask these questions. Where is 911-2?
Like
she was right next to him. She didn't see anything either.
Yeah,
probably.
she was trying to stand up. She was looking out. But if the pre-ceremony is like an hour,
she was trying.
I mean, I stood up for like a minute. I didn't see shit. I sat down. Little after an hour elapsed, got back up.
And how did you know it was over? How did you know?
By the way, it was in the crowd. It was inconclusive what had just happened.
You were like, "What'd she say?" They were like, "I'm not really sure."
Yeah, like did she say yes? And they're like, "I don't know."
Who all knew about it? How many people knew about it?
Everybody there except for her. Right?
I think there were at peak. Someone had asked me this question at peak. I was going to say there were 122 people there.
What?
Yeah, there were a lot of people there. Oh yeah.
That's insane. That's insane.
Huh.
For a proposal, that's insane. For a wedding,
Yeah.
that's like a big
Well,
wedding. For a
but-
proposal, that's
Well, the
insane.
chili
really,
cook-off, too.
it was the chili cook-off, which they do have every year.
So some people were like, "Who's getting married? I don't know.
I don't know. They're like, I'm number 17. I don't know what's going on.
I heard
how
number
many people-
3 is married number 8.
How many people do you think knew about the proposal?
150?
No, you said there was how many people were there, right?
There's 122 people there. How many of those people knew about the proposal?
I'm
advance.
gonna
In advance.
imagine. Oh, I don't know. I would have. I initially assumed all, but
Maybe
I
not.
can't be true. Yeah,
Interesting. So a lot of fucking people.
a lot of people.
Do you think
I
she
took a-
knew it was coming?
I don't know. I'll tell you this: I took a few edibles early.
Yeah.
I'm the
Confused?
worst person to ask these questions.
You went overboard with the edibles?
What's that?
You went overboard with you took too much? Like 2 sounds like a lot.
Yeah, I spaced them out, but I was a little
Okay.
fucked up there.
Yeah.
You know, I don't.
God, I haven't had edibles in a while. I remember one time I took that shit and I was like walking and I thought like I was gonna die. I was trying to figure out. I was plotting how to get back to my house. I thought I was gonna have to call somebody to come pick me up. Like it was fucked up.
Yeah,
Like,
In
I said-
Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it was like 5 blocks from my house.
by the way, that means you took just the right amount.
Yeah, exactly. I hit the peak. It was great. It was great. Then it's bad for like 10 minutes, and then it's great again. You get over that peak. You got it's like mushrooms. Mushrooms are the same way.
Did Fiddler give you those edibles?
Yeah, he did. Yes, he did.
But you know the edibles made by the state. They're good. They're
Oh
consistent.
yeah, it's free. Yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
legal now, fully legal, completely legal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. These were not made by professionals, so like you don't know. Sometimes it could be a lot in there. You don't know what you're taking, really. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But the professionals have to do that because they're liable, right? If you take something
Right.
and it's too many, it's way more than it says on the container.
Right.
They're liable
Right.
for shit if that happens.
Right.
I mean, it's already pretty iffy. Like edibles are already, no matter what. Like even if it's like I've noticed that maybe this is just because people are not doing it right. But if it just says a number, whatever that number is, give me a valid number because I don't know. It's 20, 29, 10. Let's say you think you're taking 10, or it says 10 on the container, but you take it, and like one day you're really fucked up, and the next time you take it, it's like you're not that fucked up, and then the next time you take it, you're really fucked up. You know, it's like,
It is weird like that.
I don't know if it
sometimes.
necessarily only has to do with the number. I feel like something about what's happening with you at the time.
Yeah, like maybe
Also
your
has
like
something.
composition. Like let's say if you're dehydrated versus being.
Right, or maybe you're eating certain things, you're deficient in certain, I don't know. Yeah, I
Right.
feel like that's gonna.
Like they see no chicken in your diet. They're like, what?
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause I remember, didn't they say something about that? I remember when we first, years ago when we were very young, Fiddler, you and I, we used to do acid years ago, right?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mushrooms.
well beyond 15 years.
Yeah, at least 20 years.
Yeah.
You mean mushrooms?
Mushrooms, of course.
Clearly.
But what they say
Yeah,
that if you take
yeah.
acid and you drink like orange juice or something, you'll it enhances the effect.
What about grapefruit juice?
Really?
You
What?
think it de-enhances it? Grapefruit juice. It interacts with a lot of medications.
It enhances or
I'm just curious. I wonder if it has an effect.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
Different than orange juice?
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe it's the same thing.
There's like
Perhaps.
a ton of medications you shouldn't drink grapefruit juice with because it can
Really?
fuck them up.
Huh.
Maybe that holds true for. What about drinking lemon juice?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Is anyone
We
just
should ask
drinking
an
lemon
AI.
juice? Do you just drink lemon juice? I mean, nobody's like, "Oh, give me that bottle of
Yeah.
lemon juice to drink."
Yeah.
Just pour it in a glass. Yeah.
Fiddler, you're coming for our party next weekend, right?
You GD right I am.
Perfect.
Looking forward to it.
We finally
Wait.
nailed down the menu of what I'll be making. I had high hopes. I had high pie in the sky ideas. The molecule dragged it down to earth. Realistic. We made it realistic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, made it
Tell
realistic.
me what you really think when I'm on. It's fine.
What? I didn't quite hear what you said, and the listeners
Tell,
don't hear it
tell
either.
him what you really think when I disconnect.
No, that's the truth. I agree. I agree.
You know, if you would ever hear that, you would say, "Save it for the pod."
And then we're on the pod, exactly.
Yeah, good.
No, I listen, of course, at first I was very resistant to it. I wanted to do like 5 different things. I had 5 ideas for 5 different things. I was going to do arancini, which is a risotto, like a leftover risotto. I was going to make risotto on Wednesday and then do the arancini. Then I was going to make lemon squares for dessert, which it's been a hit, and I think that's great. I think they're great.
Yeah.
I want to eat some.
They are good.
I was thinking of brownies, just in case you don't like lemon. There's choice of brownies there.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do a corn casserole, which was a hit at Thanksgiving. So
It's delicious.
We do that. And then I wanted to do an experimental version of grilled cheese that I haven't tried yet, but I was going to try it. And then we decided that I wasn't going to do it before, so I never tried it yet. But I had this idea for an experimental version of grilled cheese that I was going to do and then serve at the party.
Uh-huh.
Stuffed shells with my own homemade sauce, which we
Which is
are
happening.
doing, which is happening. And what was the other one?
You haven't mentioned the bread.
Yeah, I want to do like one of those breads that you bake and you can you slice it so that it's like I'm gonna put cheese in there, so you pull it out and it's like you get like a little sliver of bread. I can do one of those,
Which would be good with the pasta.
Which would be great with the pasta. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And I wanted to do mac and cheese, my own take on mac and cheese, which is nice.
Sounds like you're gonna be a busy little chef.
I know, that's why we cut it. That's why realistically,
What do you
cut
what-
it.
Wait, you
Yeah.
forgot one of the ones you're actually doing. The pasta, the bread.
Pasta, bread, and
My brain's dead.
the corn.
The corn casserole. Okay,
Casserole.
Okay, never mind. So
And the
those are
lemon
three
squares.
No, we're not doing lemon squares.
Fuck the
or
brownies. Nobody wants those brownies.
They're
that
good
He's
brownies.
doing.
You
he's
like
doing
them?
Pasta. He loves them.
He's
Yeah.
had them before. He's had them
Yeah.
before.
He's doing the pasta. He's doing the bread, and he's doing the corn casserole.
Yeah, and that's it.
Oh.
And those are things I can actually do in advance, which is nice.
Okay, that's good. Well, why not the desserts?
I know.
I mean, listen.
Everybody will bring desserts, and he needs to be concentrating
They
on.
won't be as good as my lemon
helping to clean
squares.
the
They
house.
won't be as good as my lemon
Yeah,
squares.
dude, don't keep them from that. Don't keep them.
I
from
know.
that.
I feel bad for
Yeah.
the partygoers. I feel bad for the partygoers.
Allow that-
on ingredients, and it's fine.
And you do not want to allow the guests that great lemon square.
We're just gonna feed them liquor. That's it. That's the thing.
That's true. They are gonna get drunk. Hopefully, we have. Yeah.
Well,
Lemon squares are
listen.
delicious, though. I'm not
Listen, keep it tentative that lemon squares are on the menu.
Listen, and we decided that they're not. I would make them. I will make them. I will make them. I can
I
make
think
them
it's a great
Thursday.
idea.
I can make them Thursday. It's not a problem.
Wait, this is your party?
This is our party. Yeah.
It's at our house.
Oh yeah.
No.
Don't let them suffer. Give them the lemon squares. Give them what they want.
We have so much cleaning to do. He doesn't need to make lemon squares.
I did. I brought the lemon squares to the
Molecule. The cleaning is the last thing on my mind.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the first thing I do. You neat freak.
Last thing on my mind.
That's
Don't
the
even
first
think
thing
about
on
it.
my mind. I did bring. I
do
did.
like these parties because it makes me like we cleaned up our man cave or the store as we call it, the new age store.
In honor of the
You
store.
know, old
Remember the store, Fiddler? Remember the store? You remember when I took you in there for the first time? What did I do? I blindfolded you.
Yeah.
I blindfolded you. Take it inside.
Well, oh, that's adorable.
You didn't hear
Too
the story?
kind.
I do actually remember the story. Now that you say that,
There was
yeah.
an area. I used to live in this big giant house. There was some parts that had been sealed off for decades. The doors that just haven't been opened in a decade. And there's just one area that I forbade Fiddler and 912
so
from
much fun.
going. And eventually, I brought Fiddler in there.
Every time.
That's really fucking.
Every time. You can't go in here.
I gotta say.
Tell me, can't go in there. I
You
didn't
told
think
me
it
you
was.
couldn't go in, and then you blindfolded him.
Yeah, I blindfolded him. I brought him in there in the dark.
Bit tentative that lemon squares are on the menu.
Where was
Listen,
that?
we decided that I would make him. I will make him. I will make him. I can
I
make
think
him
it's a great
Thursday.
idea.
Hold on, I was like, hold on,
She was
hold on,
locked in the basement.
Just keep going on. All right, hold on. All right, I'm back. All right, we're back. There was
Did we disappear?
a technical issue.
Where was 912?
There was a technical
Yeah. It's the storms.
issue. Yeah, exactly.
There's no storms.
912.
Like,
Sometimes
skies.
Fiddler came to visit me without 912. 912 said, "I don't have time for Case. I can't deal with his shit right now. I'm not coming for the weekend." And Fiddler
Yeah,
would come
sometimes
without
that
him.
happen.
Yeah,
Kind of like the
exactly.
time we did mushrooms in the store.
That was
Yeah,
a fun time.
yeah,
That was a fun
yeah.
time.
Oh yeah.
Let's just say M.
Can't wait.
Let's just
Yeah,
say
that
M.
was a lot of fun.
Mushroom. Just say, instead of saying mushrooms, just say the letter. We did M.
Yeah, it's good. Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my
Good.
name.
Yeah.
Molly.
Molly, it is your name, but M also stands for mushrooms.
Oh,
M also stands for mushrooms.
molecule.
We're lucky nobody actually listened to this
It does,
podcast.
yeah.
Otherwise, we might have made some
I'm
mistakes
literally
with
the only listener.
it.
Only one.
We can be sure it's not.
Oh, no, wait, there's two.
Save it for the pod.
Are you taking into account
Are
the
you
fact?
suggesting that I wasn't on this the whole time? I just joined.
No. Okay, so we stand correct. We're the only listeners.
Also, one of those people might be Bryan Cranston. Remember, I found out that Bryan Cranston was a mass murderer, and so he is.
He's playing the long game.
Yeah, he's playing along. He was listening to the podcast.
I heard he was down in the Florida area.
yeah, maybe.
Oh my God! Did you lock the doors, Kate?
Listen, if Bryan Cranston wants to come in and kill me, I am fine with it. I will happily be one of Bryan Cranston's victims. Eventually, it'll all come out, and I will be happy to be part of the list.
I just see a third listener.
That's probably his co-star. I think his name is Aaron Paul. Yeah.
Wow.
I just after listening
Hey.
for those who don't know, after listening to Bryan Cranston's audiobook, I found out that Bryan Cranston is in fact a serial killer. He's killed at least 5 people, and I believe that I think he knows I'm onto him, and so yeah, I mean he could be anywhere. He could be coming up the driveway.
He's not looking to deliver a letter to you.
No, probably not.
Out of five like mishappened, maybe murders. I mean, one of them has to be true, at least.
The man has surrounded himself with dead bodies. I'm just saying.
We're gonna be for slander.
I wish Bryan Cranston would sue us. Actually, our podcast would make news.
Yeah, worth it.
Totally.
Yeah.
And Bryan Cranston, all you gotta do is
sure
come visit us and don't kill us, and then I'll have changed my mind about you. All you gotta do is find us, come to the house, don't kill us, and that's it. I was forgiven.
Dude, if I was a betting man,
Yeah.
I would be betting that Cranston enjoyed the Florida sun today.
Okay. What percentage would you say? How many elves?
Bless you, Molecule.
Thank you. I'm
Are
good
you
with
allergic to Cranston? Maybe that's what's happening. Huh?
Maybe.
I think we need
Cranston allergies acting out.
We need to end the pod early. This is getting serious.
Yeah, well, it's good, Daniel. Well, we are coming up on... Do we have a game? Do we have a game?
Oh, well, I don't know. Did Molecule put one together? No, so we don't have a game.
Yeah, we probably don't have a game. Exactly. What about AI News? Let's get to AI News and then we'll end this thing. Let's talk about AI News. What's been going on with AI? What have you guys heard? I sent you some links. I'm sure you've looked at every single link. It does
They
exist.
were all very good.
Really all
You know what you want?
I agree.
The one really spoke to me was the second link. The second link spoke to me.
This isn't a multiple
You see,
choice
I
game
like the
quiz here.
It resonated. I would think it would resonate with all of us.
Hey, it doesn't.
I mean-
I don't even know what the second one. What was the second one? I don't know myself, even though I said that.
Obviously, it just depends on how you take in that information,
Whether you come from 0 or 1 as a start.
Yeah.
Are you on drugs? Did you smoke some weed right now? Did you smoke some weed?
No, not before a podcast.
It's all mushrooms. It's all him.
Yeah, only mushrooms. Yeah.
All right, listen, we've been potting for well on, like, I don't know, this is like our 50th episode or something. I'm not saying we should celebrate it. Let's say 48th. Will 9112 ever consider coming on the pod? I had an idea for it to get her on the pod. Now, hear me out before you. I might have already said this. Go on. Go on. Will she get on the pod? Is she ready to get on the pod? How many shows must we do before she gets on the pod?
I think that one too.
Yeah.
Didn't fully realize that the podcast was audio only. He thought it was with video.
Okay. All right. So she's reconsidering?
I think with these new facts,
wow,
there might be a consideration.
Okay.
And don't tell her this right away, but like if she's hedging towards no, let her know that she could just also be audio for us as well. If she just totally wants to be audio.
I don't want to offer that. Not
Don't
upfront.
That's not good. That won't matter to her. That will not matter to her. We did the game night. Don't forget, we've had game night where all four of us were on camera.
But
I
use that as like a fallback if she's still no.
I offer this. Yeah. I offer this as a potential foot in the door for her to come on. My idea was to do a sort of newlywed game with me and Molecule, you and N112, with our friend Shane as the host who asks the questions. And she could get on, just be on camera, but speak. She could say stuff to you, and you say what she said to us. We don't have to hear her voice. She can just be on camera for us, answer the questions. You let us know what she says, what the questions are, what she relates it to you, you relate it to us. So just the first time, just to ease into it. So she doesn't even have to be on audio, but I had this idea that we would do like a game where it's like newlywed game. So we ask questions like, what's your partner's favorite food or whatever, and we keep scoring.
Yeah.
Right. So offer that to her. Maybe she'd do that where she doesn't actually even have to speak. Just through you.
Oh, she'll be speaking.
If we're gonna do that, then she does have to, because then it's just weird.
I would just say if she definitely won't do it, then we can at least offer that,
Or if you guys do that, then I won't speak, and it'll be even. Or else it's just fucking weird.
Yeah,
that's true.
By the way, in solidarity, none of us will speak.
Oh, I'll put that on tomorrow. I can just put that on tomorrow.
Radio silence.
Yeah, radio silence for 1 hour. I'm doing it tomorrow night. I'm doing it.
People are listening in. They're like, "Are you doing this?"
I'm gonna just have a little texting that says, "In solidarity, we will be silent for 1 hour," and that's it.
Also, case study. I have a technical question.
Yeah, go on.
Why does it say that it's been 23 minutes that we've been potting?
Because there was an issue where it shut down and reconnected. So, yeah, it's in
Thank
two
you
parts.
For your honesty.
This episode's in 2 parts. Nothing I did. OBS, or the software that we used to stream, just said, hey, you know what? Boom. Disconnected, reconnecting, and then it reconnected.
How long were we disconnected?
Well, remember when I said, oh, we're back? Yeah, it was like just like a couple 40 seconds before.
Blame it on the Florida weather.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this beautiful, crisp, still.
Maybe a cat was gnawing at your wires.
Who knows?
Actually, we do have cats in the yard.
We have a cat that lives under the house. We have a cat that lives under the house. Yeah. I know it. Molecule does not agree.
That's not true. But I will admit that this morning, as I was pulling out, I saw an orange cat in the yard.
Yeah. And those are deaf cats. Those are deaf cats. As everyone knows.
That's a white cat.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, dear. What was it? They're dumb?
They're most likely male cats.
Male cats are even worse than that.
Calicos are female. And then white cats are deaf.
Right.
Well, it's good. Hopefully you get a couple of each of them.
Yeah, that would be nice. Menagerie.
Yeah. Could you imagine how the connectivity would be then?
Anyway, all right. It's been a great pod, you guys. That was AI News. Was there anything in the news?
We did it. Yeah, we did it. We killed it.
Yeah, we did.
That was our best section.
Yeah. All right. That'll teach me.
Stay salty. You'll get your nuts.
Something about AI dicks.